Oh, fuck. What up? How we doing? How we doing? Clock or ban? I'll take the ban, buddy. Jose, what up? How we doing, chat? Fucking Donna, Austin, Jack, JC, Mr. Hardstyle, Joe, Chris, Cannonball, my man, what up? Fucking J2A, Mike, Ian, Vic, fucking Chris, other Chris, LGBM, J-Bam, what up? How we doing, chat? Listen to some hardstyle, bro? I don't even know what that is. Market crash? I wouldn't call it a crash. I mean, it's not a crash yet. It's definitely not looking good, though. It's getting rejected off of this level, which is not good for anybody that wants the market to go up. Yeah. Yeah, the recovery here was completely, what do you call it? Artificial. Where are we at on the fractal? We're about to dive into that, actually. Yo, Legacy, what up? What up? Yeah, so this'll be quite the shit charade. We're gonna see what happens here. Yeah. I mean, you've got a gap to fill at this area, but everything from 400 all the way up to 415 is just empty. Can you tell us what you're looking at on the screen? Yeah, so this is the market profile. This is where volume is transacted at based on price levels. And typically you'll see volume occupy evenly throughout these charts. So you have an outlier here at the 320 range that got filled, and an outlier at the 460 range that got filled. Everything in between these levels, though, looks like it needs to be filled. Typically, when you have these jumps like this, it's friction within liquidity. And market makers maximize their profit off of friction. So they want, the market naturally wants to fill these gaps. There's a ton of different reasons why you can determine that, but one of them is market makers. Gary Gensler said on Bloomberg that 90% going, what? 90, I'm guessing 90% of the volume is going through dark pools. Yeah, probably. It's institutions moving around. So SPY definitely has some room down. We'll see what happens. See your name on Twitter with additional updates. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I'm so sorry for not getting back to you. I'm gonna be digging through all my DMs tonight. Ugh. They need a ban payment for order flow? Yeah, agreed. Agreed. We're also going to be hopping on with Trading with Emotion here in about 5 or 10 minutes. I'm going to dig through this and then we'll hop on. Bro, there's a fucking ant on my microphone. What the fuck? Die, cocksucker. The fuck? I just fucking cleaned. I want to see something real quick. I wish you could truncate the bars pattern without having to redo it. Fuck. I'm trying to remember which chart I was using. This one? I have so many different fucking charts that I have saved. Fuck. Have you ever done contract for difference trading, or is it banned in America? I think so at some point. What the fuck? Oh. But not that I can recall. Bro, where the fuck did that fucking chart go? When Amazon is falling, does that indicate a market crash coming? Not necessarily. It does constrain a lot of margin because that's a huge blue chip, but I wouldn't say that equals a market crash, no. It's from a long time ago. Oh, about another 17 today and by 50 more Friday. Hey, good shit. When do you think the SEC or DOJ will do something once the law saves their asses? I think they're always doing something, but you can't broadcast that. That's the problem of the role they play. If you start telling your adversary what you're doing, whether it's directly to them via, I don't know, what do you call them? Why can't I remember this word? Subpoena. Like, if you subpoena them, then they'll know what's going on. And if you go to the media and broadcast what you're doing, then they'll also be able to figure out what you're doing. So it's like a detective going to the news. You can't do that, otherwise the criminal in question knows what and where to hide. When 59 Les Paul, dude, I'm ready for it. That's all I can say. I'm ready for it. Want to show the Batman vid? Yeah. After I dig into this a little bit, I gotta hop on with TWE as well. Oh yeah. This is big. This is very big. Fox News reports the Department of Justice short seller investigation includes over 60 short sellers now. You know, it's really the fucked up part about being someone who creates short sales with the privilege of being a market maker or a bank is that you can easily satisfy margins by just short selling something else. The problem is when you have a surplus of positions, that the more you have, the harder it is to balance. But it's money printing, really, is what it is. You're able to generate capital on the spot, whereas going long requires time to let your position truly appreciate. So when you can just print $1 million by selling 250,000 shares of $4 stock, it's little things like that, and then you go and take some of that capital you generated and go get some exposure via calls to hedge your position by whatever ratio, and then you're protected for a certain amount of time. And that's just with humans thinking about it. You know, imagine what algorithms and automated trading facilitate. It's pretty fucking wild. So to finally see something coming of this is great. No coincidences? Yeah. I mean, it sucks that it took over a year for something like this to be reported, let alone discovered. But I don't know. I don't know. It's incredible just how much fucking shit is just everywhere in this industry, we'll call it. Like, finance is such a fucking depressing place to spend your time. At least when you start digging into what's really going on. Uh, 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 uh. All right, we're gonna hop on with trading with emotions for a little bit.
Yo,
Yow.
what's up, man?
What up, dude? How you doing?
Dude, I'm great, man. How are you, bro? It's
Good.
finally good to talk to you, man.
Yeah, likewise. Likewise. You got some really fucking cool charts going on. I know that.
Dude, appreciate you, man. It's again, bro, like taking from inspiration from you, man. Just like again, shedding light to this whole market corruption bullshit.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. I mean, do you remember when everybody thought that the charts were... I don't think people thought they were organic necessarily, but it looked like that there was natural movement to some extent. Like you wouldn't think that there's just, I don't know, two patterns. It's really just one pattern that you just flip upside down, basically. But then, you know, I knew I was seeing something repeating all the time, and I just didn't know how to parse it.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. It's a crazy fucking thing, but again, you know, it's the thing that blows my mind, man, is I think even like bringing this up to the community or people, like I think it's a good way to do it through AMC for sure, and just like GameStop, because it's, you know, the community is interested, I guess, or like this sector, I guess, right? Dissecting the market mechanics and stuff like that is interested in knowing stuff like that. But a lot of people just don't have that faith completely yet. Right. And that's the thing. It's like I would love for people to come together and sort of understand what's happening, because there is something happening, you know, and it's real. It's fucking real. And it's like, dude, it's crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's hard to even like quantify literally and mentally what's going on here. I mean, the one problem with the fractal / cycle theory is that you can't quite time movements to the T. But if you can find a concentration of a particular pattern, then you can start to dive into it or pull yourself out of that scale and extrapolate pretty easily. It's just, you know, one big movement concentrated with smaller movements to navigate to there. That's the one hang up that has been an issue for me, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. And again, man, I've been looking at all your stuff, and you've got everything like spot on, dude. I think the man, it's like you said, it's impossible to predict, right, when it's going to happen or what's going to happen, but finding out these like points of interest, right, where you see that volume on that pattern coming in, gives you a good idea with you know, option dates and stuff like that, where something is cyclical, and it gives you a good direction, at least, as to what could happen based off of not only options but the technicals, right, that are lining up. So I truly believe, man, that in the end it's just they're fighting retail to basically second guess themselves on this psychology game. In which technicals will break out or break down and fail, right? It's like we're in this just giant phase of being in a giant flag, a smaller flag. We're in this wedge now, and it's like, dude,
within a spring.
Yeah, exactly, man. Spring within a spring, and it's just like, at what point are the technicals going to play out? Because they will, man. They will at some point. It's just figuring out when, right? Because you can, man, so many technicals that you can you know, line up, and that makes sense, right? But at some point, man, it's like, when does it fail, right? Or when does it...
Well, that's what that's the beauty of it. Like, I'm afraid that I started the whole TA is useless mantra, and people ran with it. But when I said that back in like July, it was about analyzing TA for trader sentiment. right? Like if you're looking at a resistance or a support, I wouldn't
Right.
consider that to be, in these two stocks at least, I wouldn't consider that to be some form of psychological influence on the chart, but rather it's just a bunch of algorithms going at it, and these particular points, yes, can become psychological, but I think the market mechanics at play don't permit that. So, the biggest thing is when you have anywhere from, I want to say 51% to 100% off exchange volume, these are trades taking place that don't have to be reported for up to 24 hours, and that's
Right.
To the point of completion that timer starts. So a lot of these trades are taking place and we don't even know about them yet.
Right,
so
right.
They're constantly ahead of us there. And then when you take that notion and look at the chart and you see things repeating on every scale, it's clear that the majority of the volume is just institutions going back and forth.
Right.
And they know how to target these levels, not because they're targeting psychology necessarily. I think that's just a byproduct, but rather they're targeting particular levels with algorithmic trading, because that's what this is. It's like the most efficient way to move volume around. Like when you consider what the volume was back in right after January, like everything after that was just dead, right? And that was institutions loading up. You can see Wyckoff all over it. It's all Wyckoff, but the volume died, and then you saw the surge in June, and then volume has been about twice that every day since, and it every level gets filled, every level with millions of shares a day. I mean, that's if you take just a number of 10 million in volume a day and say the price is $10, that's $10 million going back and forth every day, every day. So I would be interested in seeing what the total volume has been, plus the share price at those levels. I'd love to see how much like notionally has been moved since this entire shitstorm started.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Do you think, and just because like I'm now talking to you, man, but are you with the whole idea, right, that there is a larger institution controlling the price action, or do you believe that? Because I think in the community, man, there's the people that believe that hedge funds are controlling the price action, like the short hedge funds are controlling the price action, that are not long AMC. And that there's that composite person controlling the price action, larger institution, or that neither of those are correct, and there's no manipulation happening, and this is just purely retail and anybody just trading a stock, right? That's the other.
Yeah, there's definitely.
What's your take?
Yeah, there's definitely exploits being used by market makers and prime brokers. That's for sure. There's no signature of organic trading on this chart. Like there's zero. This is not what the public would value a company at. Not retail, right? And if retail, per the CEO, owns 80% of the float or whatever the number comes out to, even if it's just over 50%, then there is no way that retail is representing what this chart looks like.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, I'm with you, man. I love it, man. I love it. I think so. To your point, man, about the whole technical analysis and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If something that I consider to be this whole psychological game that I talk about a lot with how flag, how we were in this giant flag in the beginning, right?
Yep.
January. Again, we had a similar setup in June, right? Played out obviously different in its structure. And we're sort of playing out this March arc here on a larger scale because of the price, right? And options and how you control the technicals playing out and stuff.
Right.
So with the price moving in that direction and them hedging their positions, sticking, basically closing the price on these expiration dates around the $40 range every single month, or basically every other month is this the cycle that I found to be kind of relevant here.
Right.
I believe that the way they will hedge their positions, right, is through gaining that premium once they ramp up the IV in the beginning, right? Yep. As you sell these contracts for, the 145s for like $8 a pop, and then when they're trading at 3 cents the day before, so you sell those, and then a bunch of retail buys them. They short the price enough about 3 weeks before that specific expiration date, which typically on quadruple witching dates you'll have like a larger range.
Yep.
So it's just like it's this game, man. Like at least with retail in that sense, or anybody really going in on these contracts to take as much money as they can and just prolong what is the inevitable, right?
Right.
Just on Tuesday, man, I was looking at the weeklies here. A lot of people do lottos and stuff like that. The $18 contracts went up intraday like 800%. And by the end of the day, man, they were at 45% up. So they fell from 800% to 45% just on that day. Yeah, man, serious, like just, I mean, that's just IV corruption right there, man.
Yeah, I think what they did, okay. On the 25th, I think, of January this year, the market fell all the way down to, like, the SPY hit, I think, 340 in after hours. And what ended up happening was there were a ton of puts that were sell to open, right? So when you short puts, you're bullish. You're naturally pushing the price up because you're using a derivative that is absorbing any negative delta. So there were like $4 trillion of option expiration premium taking place that following day, which naturally pushes the price up because of our beloved Max Payne. So I think what happened is back in June and back in January, I think there were a ton of calls that were written naked. And I think that they were written by institutions and or funds. And when you do that, you get the inverse effect. So if you can save a market by writing a ton of puts, then you could easily do the opposite with calls. And I think that's why you see the price go down like that. That's why the 145s were written, right? You saw those come into play after we broke out at 1450, and we went all the way up to like 2250, I believe, which is nearly 100% gain, by the way, for context. A lot of people just think in terms of linear numbers, but that's as a percentage, almost 100%. And when you saw those 145s come in, that's when the thing started to run even more. But then you had these contracts show up for double what the all-time high was, just coincidentally, right? Like it hit 72, which is 144 if you multiply that by 2, and then your highest strike is 145. Interesting. But if you write a ton of these contracts naked, then you're naturally pushing that price down, because now market makers are incentivized to absorb premium on the put side, which is what Max Payne comes down to, is how do you drain premium and find yourself where everything is the most calm in terms of IV. And after that, you got to make sure those don't go anywhere near in the money, because now you have to hedge for those when originally you were writing them without any hedging. So, and then you look at the chart and you find that time is one of the biggest factors in this. There's so many. Like, I love that you scale time frames with each fractal. Like that's something that I don't think many people realize you got to do. If you're going to assume that verticality is going to be consistent, well, you need to retain those proportions. Otherwise, you don't have the correct scaling. It's not proportional. Right. So
yeah, man.
These
amen to that.
These derivatives are able to quantify the value of time via theta and vega. So I think that's ultimately where the answers lie. It's the options chain.
Perfect explanation right there, man.
Thank you.
To that, man. Oof. What is your take right now, man? Just in like your sentiment, I guess, with how you look at AMC, GameStop, stuff like that? Like, what is
Yeah.
your
Well,
current,
first
I
off,
guess?
I love how you chroma keyed the background of the chart, and then dude, that's fucking brilliant. I might
Yeah,
have
man.
to do that. That's fucking slick.
Dude, it's
As far as what I think is gonna happen, I think that like have you ever dived into like theoretical physics?
so I haven't done specifically like physics. I've done what is the I don't know if you've heard of the fast Fourier transform would be along that range just because it is something it's more used in like statistics,
Right.
also physics, but it's something that actually does validate
Yes.
similarly like what the cycle is doing, right? By extracting these frequencies that through low pass and high pass filters, right?
Yeah, I like
In the
that. Yeah.
sound wave.
Yep.
Yeah,
I like
man.
That. I like that. And you're a musician
But
too, right?
yeah,
Oh, that's fucking
musician.
sweet. Yeah.
We
That's
gotta make
fucking
a
sweet.
song, bro.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I just got some. Just got a fucking SM57, and
Oof. Gotta love those, man. Sure.
yeah.
Some 57.
Yeah, so I can actually record guitar now and not have it sound like shit.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I like that analogy. So for me, what really stuck out was seeing how these similarities, these patterns on the chart play out on smaller time frames and larger time frames, because that means that you have proportions all across the board, which also sync up with Fibonacci ratios. But what stood out to me with that is if you look at like an atom, like these representations of what an atom is to look like. I'm gonna fuck up the terminology of it, but at the center you have this mass, and then you'll have components of the atom orbiting around that mass. And it actually looks very similar to that of a galaxy, right? And then if you look at a cluster of galaxies, you'll see that also looks like the universe. You have all these different things that are of very differing proportions in terms of scale. But when you look at the component of the component, they look very similar, right? So you have atoms composing these structures all around us, and the structures all around us that we live on, planets, look like that of what orbits at the center of an atom. So it's like, okay, well, if this looks like that and that looks like this, then maybe they all behave with some particular attributes.
Yeah.
So that's what this looks like to me. That's what stood out. And when you use that rationale, then you can assume that it's like pixels on a monitor. It doesn't matter what your resolution is. You still have a picture, but the higher the resolution, the more you can zoom in.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, bro. It's telling people basically to try and break away from your traditional layout here, your 2D layout,
Right.
and maybe try and look at things from like a different perspective with what the numbers you have, right? Or breaking away from your traditional TA analysis, and yeah, man, looking at it in that way, like I think physics is probably the best way you can do it, because it again it's getting that inspiration, man, off of all these analogies. But that's a damn good one for sure, man. The whole black hole thing too, man. Like how fractals behave sometimes when gets so near into this black hole, you get stretched along the way, and then you either turn into the other side, flip, whatever, or you dissolve into nothing, right?
Right.
Basically.
Yeah. Did you ever see the 3D
man.
model that we did?
Yeah, dude. No, I used to watch you, bro, every single day, man, on live, bro. I'm with you, man. That dude, that shit was awesome. What you use for that, man?
It's something called Plotly, I think. Yeah, it's chart-studio.plotly.com. I'm gonna be updating that.
Yeah, dude. That's the coolest thing ever. I've been like trying to. I think if people see things, man, from like a 3D perspective, again, I think that would just make so much more sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I do a lot of things on After Effects as well to try and make the charts look.
Oh yeah, you're fucking killer with that.
Yeah, man. It's I did a little analysis. I think I still have it here. It's called just New Perspective. But I used something similar. I don't know if you can see my screen right now, but
yeah, I got your stream pulled up. Oh, nice.
Okay, cool.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was. It's some of it is fitted just so you can
That's so
see
fucking
really
cool.
specifically, man. But yeah, dude, like I wish I could. I wish they were a little bit more advanced here in
Oh,
how you can like stretch these, and
I
stuff
got an
like that.
idea
But
for you.
yeah, man.
So you ever take like an art class in high school or anything?
Mm-hmm.
So you know
Yeah,
how
yeah,
if you
yeah.
want to draw like a 3D square, aka a cube, you draw two
Yeah.
squares and then you draw lines from corner to corner.
Mm-hmm.
Could you do that with this? Could you take each of those phases and draw lines from like the top left corner to the top left of the second iteration, and then from the bottom left to the bottom left?
Okay, so but are you talking starting
Yeah.
here, man, or down
Yeah,
here?
the
Right
first
here?
trapezoid. Yep.
Okay.
And there's
And then straight up or down? How would you want to do it?
It'd be down. It'd be down to the top left of that first iteration, all the way
Top
in
left.
January.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
down
from no, from June to January. There you go. Yeah. I just realized I'm
Okay.
delayed.
No, you're fine, bro. You're fine. And then try and make this like into a sort of like square pattern, or
No, make it
should
3D.
I-
Yeah. So take
make it 3D.
Take the top left of the.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Let's see how I'm gonna do this here. Art class, man, like making cubes. It's like a little.
Yeah. Right.
Uh,
So from like you got your first iteration from January to March, right? Take that trapezoid, the top left corner, drag it to the top left corner of June.
okay. All right. Here we go.
There you go. Yeah.
All right.
And then the bottom left to the bottom left from January to June.
Ooh, I'm liking that already.
Yeah. And then the bottom right to the bottom right.
Ooh. Here, I'm gonna take away the cycle real quick because it's in the way.
I got you.
Something like that, man.
Uh,
Or bottom
no.
right to the
You
bottom.
almost got it. So like from January to March is your first iteration, right? From March
Yeah.
to May, or from March to April is your second, and then from April to May is your
okay.
third. Then you start
Okay.
again. Your first iteration is June to September. Your second is September to August, I believe.
Okay, I see
yeah.
what you're saying. Okay. So basically doing it from high to low, and then here's the start here where the little what I call the little projector pattern would
Yeah,
be down
pretty
here
much, yeah.
somewhere. Okay, I see what you're saying. Dude, this is I was on Rico's stream the other day, man, and he was telling me to do some shit. Dude, I suck at directions, man.
No,
like I'm like,
I do too. I overthink everything.
yeah, dude, it's the ADHD for sure.
Right.
But damn, okay, so I'm gonna try my hardest here. I could see like me, bro, like just going up here. I could totally just draw like a
Yeah.
little square for
Yeah,
sure.
Right.
Trying to figure this out though. Okay, so
Let me see if I got an idea. I'll do this. I'll take a screenshot of what I mean.
yeah. If you want to do it, bro, I'd be so down to look at yours, man.
I got you.
Man, if there was a way I could share like my my trading view with you, that'd be like so dope.
think you-
Like interact with it, bro.
Yeah, I think you can. I think you can share it in the top right.
Top right.
Yeah.
Sharing. Oh yeah, it's sharing on right here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How do I send you the link?
That's a good question. I don't know about that. Maybe Discord.
Discord. Okay, here. Copy link. All right, man. I got you. Oh man, you did it really, really quickly here. Jesus, bro, you're quick as fuck. Okay,
Yeah.
I guess I'll just kind of go over that here.
Yeah.
Try to do it real quick. All right, so this is okay.
So like, I
There
just
we
sent you the labeled version so you understand what's going on.
Okay. Wait, here we go. Ah, okay. I see what you're saying.
Oh, I fucked
see
it
what
up
you're saying.
actually. That second line you did,
Okay.
remove that. I put it to the wrong spot. That was supposed to go to at the end of September. The top right of the first fractal to the top right of the June fractal. Yeah.
Dude, that looks really, really cool, man.
Right?
What you're doing here. That is interesting. Wow. Okay. Yeah, let's draw it up in here, man, and see what we got. All right.
Need those z-axis
Just
strings and assign value to their poles. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, it's just like all these phases or sections are just projecting, man.
Right.
Right on these stages that are happening later.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Loving this, dude.
Yeah.
Jeez. Dude, I'm so fucking happy, bro, that you're able to look at all this shit, man.
No, it's fucking
Like,
sweet.
just, like-
It really is. Like you got really fucking creative with this.
Yeah, man. All right. Let's see. I got these spot on. And I think I should probably make these dashed here. So we
Oh
can,
yeah, there you go.
make them dashed.
Yeah, it's like
All right.
I'll tell you in private about the indicator that I made, some of the
Yeah, dude.
details of it.
Definitely want to hear about that, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
That was fucking crazy.
Oof. Okay, I think this is it, right? I'm pretty sure.
I think
Right?
so.
Am I missing one? Okay, awesome.
Yeah. So basically, if you can visualize what's going on here as three-dimensional, you have some some factor that is on the z-axis, and that's what gives you your 3 dimensions. That's your third dimension. As far as quantifying that, I think that is time. That's kind of what I've attributed to over the months. And that's where you have your options become definable, right? Like when you have the thing about options that I don't think people bear too much mind to is that options are the one of either few or if not the only financial instruments that quantify the value of time. That's why when you have like 0-day expiration Tesla calls, right? You can buy them out of the money really cheap, but if they go into the money, then you can basically have the right to 100 shares in value. That is incredibly risky for anyone writing those in theory, because the reason why those values become so exaggerated, where they can be super cheap or super expensive, is because there's only 7.5 hours for them to either go in or out of the money. So it's like if you took a curve and tried pushing it against itself from each side, you form this really, really narrow arc. And then you have a center point sliding, and your y-axis is time. And that's what happens as you have less and less time. And the more time you have, the more money you have. That's why time is money and money is time. But the risk associated with writing those and the opportunity that you get with buying those is respected symmetrically. The only place you can find that relationship is in options. And when you have things like max pain becoming very evident across every single stock being traded, that means that somebody is valuing this risk and value of time. That's where, when you start coming up with a third dimension for the chart and assigning it to time, that you can start to assume some values. I wish I had an order book for the 145s that were written before our run-up, because I imagine that those came in decadence when we were approaching 72. So I think that if you can find a way to value time as an actual formula, as a function, I think that would be one of the missing components to the chart.
Damn,
Hope that
that's
made
really
sense.
No, yeah, you definitely made sense, bro. That's really interesting. Have you what tools would you suggest using, I guess, or have you tried using for finding this like formula?
Yeah, so I can't really think of any tools necessarily. So here's something that I'll share about the indicator that I made.
Yeah.
Basically, to give a simple explanation of it, you have a line chart up, right? Those aren't candles, that's a line, right? And lines are a one-dimensional thing. It's some distance from A to B. If you can find that rate of navigation, aka speed, aka velocity, and find a way to determine the value of what's actually navigating that line, aka the stock, what I did was I just found a way to estimate velocity. How efficient is volume? So I've always attributed these movements of the fractals like ink in a pen. The more ink you have, the more velocity you'll have. But if you run out of ink, or you start to run out of ink, then things are going to start to seize up. And ink is volume. So when we have really low volume, that's either when we're going sideways or things are going slow. Right?
Okay.
So back to the original thought, though. If you can think of this as a car moving on a highway, depending on the speed, aka your total distance traversed when you integrate distance, if you can find a way to appraise the value of your volume and find a way to determine its speed to the highway, right? Like fuel efficiency.
Yeah.
Then if you have 30 miles per gallon and you know that you traveled a mile, then that means you have whatever the reciprocal is of that.
Okay.
So just think of the verticality of the chart as miles per gallon.
Yeah.
And then if you can reverse that to find your efficiency. So,
Okay.
So when you see verticality going through the roof, like in January and June, that means that you had really low efficiency.
Okay. So then this tool would be incredibly useful for like intraday stuff. Basically things happening live.
Oh, we've been watching. We've been watching the chart literally play itself out based on the forecast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Let's definitely like whenever you got time, man. You want to go private, man? I definitely want to hear more about this because that sounds really, really interesting, man.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah. Dude, to your point, man. I think if because I do believe, man, if these tools are out there, right? If hedge funds are using this, and right now we're in a sort of stage, right, with all these things that we have accessible to us, I think there's definitely a way to crack the code because it's not something that they expected, really, right?
No,
with this whole meme movement that came out,
right.
really has already exposed a lot in the markets, and I don't think they really expected that to happen right now.
Right.
So I think just hopping on that, man, is such a good thing to do to try and help. Yeah, man, try and help.
Sorry
get all
for
this
sorry for the
shit
word
out, man.
vomit. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Wow, that's really, really crazy. I wonder if you basically already wrote this code, right? You use Pine to write codes and stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, and you're just like building on top of it and adding stuff to it every day and stuff like that.
Yeah. The only problem I have right now is adjusting the baseline, which is I don't know if you've seen it yet or not. But if I go to
yeah. Go ahead, man.
If I go to like the intraday model, you can find where it syncs up, and it'll sync, and then it will diverge, which is what I'd call gear shifting, right? That's your efficiency being changed.
Yeah.
But when it syncs back up, it's because the baseline moved, the gear changed back to what it originally was. That's my one problem, is figuring out how to adjust for that. So
Interesting. Okay.
It's fucking wild. Yeah. I want to use Fourier transformations to like see the efficiency of every stock, and think of it as like a highway of money, or a city of money. Because if I know that you went 1 mile north and 1 mile east, then there's a lot of places where you can go a mile north and a mile east, but the more data I have, then if I know you went a mile north, a mile east, 2 miles north, and then 2 miles east, there's only so many places on a map that fit that description.
Right, like the chance of it starts to really narrow down to things, and that's what I think a lot of people, man, just and this is what I tell people, guys, like it's okay to have multiple scenarios into what can happen, right? Some people
Right.
say like don't no dates and stuff like that. I'm like, if we're calculating this,
Right.
I think it's appropriate to I mean, we're trying to know what's
I've
like
never
happening
seen
out here.
so many people get angry at someone for trying. That's what blows me
Yeah.
away.
Dude, they think we're shills, man.
It's
That's the thing.
yeah.
It's just like, bro, I'm an ordinary person, man. I'm
Hey.
just trying to help. We're
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
like figure this
yeah.
shit out.
It's fucking incredible.
So, but you know what, man? Like we're doing good, man.
Oh,
We
yeah,
really are.
yeah.
I truly believe it, and
100%.
just keep on the shit happening, man.
I
The something I guess I want to show you. Going to your point, man, with the Fourier transform is I'm gonna pull up something I was looking at the other day. So this is me just looking at Fourier transforms for like other stocks because with AMC you can clearly see what's happening as the Fourier transform tends to really spike up these inverse or
Holy shit.
for example, like this is Facebook right here, and you can tell that there's a lot of noise happening, right? So
Right.
a stock like this is going to be really hard to understand, like where things are repeating themselves on a cyclical level, right? But
Right.
if you go, one of the ones that I was kind of like crazy about, bro, was Wells Fargo. I don't know why, but Wells Fargo has a. So we're gonna look at this on the 4-hour
Oh.
here. So because looking at things on a different time frame is important when applying the Fourier transform.
Right.
Is this right here, man? This pattern, it's super weird, but all you got to do, man. So this is a 512 bar repeating itself basically over and over and over again on the Fourier transform, and it's picking up frequencies every. So it tells you here to the power of 1 how close that frequency is, right? So here is actually very, very close. It's 0.91.
Huh.
And what happens is you take this its pattern over here, right? And you shift it over exactly 512 bars right down here. And what you start seeing is these patterns repeat themselves, right? On very specific events and points that are either identical or inverse. You can see it happen right here. This is all identical. This part is inverse. Right here, it's identical. This whole section here would be a bit of noise, but it's a good way, man, honestly, to I forgot what stock I was looking at the other day, but it basically predicted this giant move to the downside, like to a T.
Have you ever I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
It's off topic. Yeah. You're good. Have you ever look up an indicator called net volume?
Net volume.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the Everget net volume or just any net?
The technicals.
Oh,
First one.
technicals.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So I don't know if you were around for this, but I exported that indicator as an image.
Okay.
And then I plugged it into what do you call it? A stereograph, I think.
Okay.
I basically took this, treated it like a sound wave, and imported it into fucking, I think it was GarageBand.
Okay.
And turned it into an audio file. And it was for AMC and GameStop. And I was trying to see if I could hear like a rhythm to it, right? Like I panned one to the left and one to the right, and I was trying to see if there was like syncopation of some sort. Like if GameStop has a huge volume day, does AMC have 4 medium volume days, and then on the 4th, that's when they both sync up and like a downbeat. Yeah. And that didn't happen. At least I think I had to do something with the scaling of it, but it just sounded like the walls were bleeding, like in a horror movie. That shit was so fucking scary. That was the scariest sounding thing. Yeah. I'll try to find it. That shit was fucking so creepy.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, dude, that sounds fun, bro.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
sounds fun as
yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
That would be interesting to try. You know what? Try also with equalizer, right? To cancel out
Oh yeah,
frequencies.
good point.
Um, that might be, bro. That might be something to look at because it's again the cool thing about DAWs and stuff like FL Studio, GarageBand,
Yeah,
is you can actually again use that to syncopate stuff too,
right.
and it'll
Good point.
there's trackers, man, that are able to actually sync up a like if you upload a WAV file, it'll find the frequencies to which there's a
Oh yeah,
frequency or a
yeah,
beat.
yeah.
So that's interesting, man. You just tickled my brain here,
Yeah,
man. I'm gonna try and do this like something like that. It'd be
yeah,
cool, man, to
yeah,
do that.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
That was an interesting time.
Yeah, man. Shit. That I mean, dude, just like make fucking export the whole AMC GameStop
Yeah,
wave file.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Jeez.
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you've watched the channel. You know how much we've dove into this.
Yeah, no, dude, that's genius right there.
Thank you.
Genius. I would have not thought about that. With the Fourier transform is like, it's analyzing a sequence, but I wouldn't have thought to actually export the AMC file, right?
Right,
And
right.
try and pick at it on yeah, equalizer stuff like that, man. Definitely worth to try that.
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah.
I guess
You'll
I don't
validate
know
DM that to me, please.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. There is so with this, man, going back to it, there's specific events you can see that are very clear. But with AMC, it's just like you can see it like clearly happening, right?
Yeah.
Here, man, this is taken from the so I'm on the 2 hour chart.
Yeah.
This frequency is basically scanning a based off of the patterns that are happening. It's every 1024 is cycle period here, right? So every 1024 bars, you will see some sort of frequency happen with AMC, right?
Yeah,
And it'll
yep.
keep scanning it, whether it's inverse or identical. And the cool thing here is that it does align with the 62-day cycle. And what it's basically saying is that this portion right here is awfully similar to what happened back here, right?
Right.
Taking this pattern and just flipping it over upside down is basically what this is saying. So we bring this right over here, and you start to see those like movements, right?
Yeah.
Like where it's like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like we
yeah.
actually went down, like we played this whole sequence inverse. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yep.
And it's just like, bro, if there's a way, right? Again, this is not predicting what is going to happen, but it's a nice tool to understand what could happen, right, on these specific dates. Yeah, it's exactly a template. A good way to put it. Some people are upset sometimes when they look at this because they're like, dude, why didn't we squeeze? And I'm like, this is not going to.
It just it's part of a bigger version of itself. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So you can change the height ratio, just shrink it down according to these levels, but this is not saying that we're going up like here.
Right.
This is like misunderstandings.
Yeah, it's just like a what do you call it? It's like if you plugged a guitar into an amp, it's playing the same fucking lick over and over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only as evident as how much you turn up the amp. So it's the same lick, but you have to turn up the amp to get the verticality you're looking for. So it just means the amp was turned down at the beginning of it, and then turned it up. And yeah, there's so many different ways you can analogize it.
Literally, bro. Perfect. Spot on. The volume is the most important thing.
Yeah.
For like, seriously. And yeah, man, like this shit is just insane, man. I really hope people hop on just this whole cycle idea, man. With everybody here, man. Like your work, bro, is God work,
Thank
man.
you.
And again, like the only reason anybody is doing this right now for AMC and GameStop. Because of you, brother.
Thank you.
And that is just the truth.
Thank you.
That is just the truth, man.
You.
Yeah,
thank you.
For sure, man. Any fucking time. Dude, on a weird note, man, you have the same lamp We have the same fucking lamp.
Oh, what the
yeah,
fuck?
dude.
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
I was like, dude, I gotta show you that, man.
That's fucking
Like that is
hilarious.
just insane.
That's fucking hilarious. Dude, I got it from like fucking Walmart, I think.
Dude, same, bro. I bought that shit at Walmart. I was like, dude, I see it on your little background right now. I'm pretty sure we both.
Yeah. Like fuck it.
Dude, nice for $20, and I got the little LED as well, man. You got the little LifeX effects, right?
Yeah.
You can change the.
Yeah, I got my whole apartment decked out with these fucking things.
Oof.
Yeah, it's great.
Dude, how's it going, man? With Papa Goose, bro? We had a little
great.
stream the other day, and dude, love that guy too, man.
Oh yeah,
so
he's a sweetheart. He's fucking great. He's been helping me be more responsible.
Oof. There you go, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
great,
That's
though.
awesome, bro. It's dude, man, I'm glad we talked, dude. I think it was
likewise, man.
for sure, bro.
You got something
seem
great
like
going on.
Hey, you too, brother.
Thank you.
Too.
Thank you.
But yeah, dude, if you want, man, we can hop on private, man, at some point and get to the whole thing, bro.
Yeah.
With your program. That sounds
What
really
time
cool,
zone
man.
are you in?
I'm on Central, bro.
Okay,
so
I'm Eastern. It's just a 1 hour difference.
yeah, it's basically we're on free every day, from mornings preferably, but we can work it out, man. We can work it out, do some stuff.
That'll incentivize me to wake up on time.
I'm with you, bro. I stay up every fucking night, man, till like 3, 4.
Yeah, I was pulling 24-hour streams back in fucking July. Yeah, that was.
I'd be hopping on those, man. That's the thing. Like, you'd be up at like 4 in the morning, and I'm like, all right, I'm getting on this shit now, dude.
Yeah,
like,
dude. That was straight degeneracy.
Damn. Yeah, dude. Any questions, bro, or anything that you want to talk about specifically? I mean, back to you as well. I definitely have some things we could talk about, man, if you would like.
Yeah, of course. You got any more tidbits you wanna share?
Let's see. So, as far as because basically, right, this whole idea that we're clearly in some form of cycle, right?
Yeah.
I guess the only thing I would say is the way in which things repeat themselves, right? Like you had stated earlier, is basically just taken from the previous run-ups that we've had, right?
Mm-hmm.
And repeating themselves in that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess nothing really to add to that point or anything, because it's very clear, but
Sure.
Just the way, man, that these specific patterns like repeat themselves everywhere,
Right.
is just, it's just mind-boggling, bro, and it just needs some form of attention, you know?
Yeah, I
like
mean, it's just concentration of algorithmic trading. That's all I can really call it.
right.
It's just it's fucked. It's fucked.
It's so fucked, dude. It's and I, you know, my whole thing with just like market corruption, man, is like they will find a way, and I tell people this too, is like when algorithms get, maybe not specifically algorithms, but when corruption gets like unfolded and people find out what's happening, it's like they will hop on something else, and that's my whole concern. Concern is that there will be something else in the future, like, because the market is ever evolving, right? It's a personality that constantly evolves into something else according to people coming in, the generations that come with it. We're in the technology age right now, right? So things are very specific in the way that the market is handled. Right. But like, what's gonna stop them, right, in the future from hopping on something else?
That's the ebb and flow of life. That's what it is. You'll never get rid of it, and you'll never have a period where it ruins everything. You know, like. It's the dichotomy of you can't have good without bad, and you can't have bad without good. Because if everything was good, then there would be no bad, and if everything was bad, there would be no good. It's the duality of everything around us. The only thing you can do is try to snub it before it becomes out of hand.
Right.
You know what I mean? And unfortunately, that's a lot easier said than done. But the more people look, the more we'll find. And the more we find, the more that we can expose.
Well said, man. Well said. If you know, if this movement is able to do like good, right, in exposing what is happening now, and people are able to benefit off of that, because again, man, this has been it's been so corrupt and fucked up in the way that they're emotionally manipulating people.
Right.
And it's, when you have a free market and you trust the system, right? People that are new to the market specifically. In this movement, there's a lot of new people coming in. And it's so sad that people rely on something that is clear to the eye that's happening. And they are let down, right, by the system. And it's just... it needs to change.
Yeah,
it just needs to change.
it's you got every mom and pop and the kids who were told to get into the market or put your money in a bank and blah 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 blah. So every person is what that captures, becomes a victim of it. I mean, the only way that you weren't affected by '08 is if you didn't own a home, you didn't have a job, and you didn't have money in the bank. If you didn't satisfy all three of those prerequisites, then in one way or another you got fucked by '08.
Yeah.
You know. So how can people catch it before it happens? That's ultimately what is required, and I think that a lot of people were very fortunate and did catch it before it happened.
Before it went down.
Yeah.
That's what we do, right, man? Just try and spread this.
Right.
This idea to help as many people as we can, right, before the shit goes down.
Right. I also got a 3D chart pulled up on my stream.
Yeah, let's look at it. Ooh. Oh, dude, that is sick.
So this is January to present. The y-axis is days to cover, and then the z-axis is failure to delivers.
Ooh.
So you can start to see the relationship here.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's basically everything being spread out. You're saying that's the days to cover.
Let's see. So this is time right here. This is your days to cover for the 2 weeks on loan, and then this is failure to delivers. I don't see too much of a relationship here. But what we can do is security lending volume. Where'd that go? Flip it this way. Fuck. Yeah, so this is from January to now. And you can start to see things correlate a little bit. I wonder if I can do a line. Yeah.
No, dude, that looks perfect.
Fuck.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, we can make it 3.5 dimensional too. Give me 1 second.
3.5 would be basically just giving it a like a stroke, like a well, not a stroke, maybe like a small parameter to the upside where you can just see it's hovering over, right?
Sort of, yeah. Yeah, we can add points to each add another point to each data point, so it would be a sphere.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find where that went. Fuck. Where'd that go? Oh, you fucking bitch. Wait.
That's how I feel about TradingView sometimes, man. There's like very little things that just tick me off. I'm like, come on.
What the fuck? Where'd it go? No. Is it subplots? No. Fuck. Nope. Chat, where the fuck is it?
Eh.
Fuck. Okay, we'll find it later. Let's try to
Pretty good,
look at where's volume? Here it is. So let me. Oh, I got an idea. Nope. 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 Nope.
I am going to, let's see, get you on here.
Oh no, don't do that. What?
Go. I'm hovering you here over on the screen.
Oh, cool.
Currently. Huh? Why is it doing that? Oh shit! What the fuck? Okay, there we go. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Okay, there's a weird glitch on my end.
Oh no, you're good. You're
Okay,
all good.
there we go. We're gonna look at your here.
Trying to see if I can do this. Man.
Okay, I see what you're doing. You're like hovering it over, overlaying it over the current chart. Awesome, awesome.
Right. Fuck. This way. I don't know how the fuck you came up with this idea to chroma key the chart, but it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, man. It's so if you have the same color on your trading view,
Yeah.
you can use the little what is that tool called? Where you like pick the it's
Oh no,
like
I
a little.
know how to do it. I'm just saying
tripping-
it was fucking brilliant that you came up
Oh,
with
okay,
it.
yeah. Yeah, man. I just figure, man, TradingView, like, it's pretty cool, man. But yeah, having a little background, it's fun.
Yeah, right. Uh, 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 uh. Shit.
Oh, okay. See what you're doing.
Wait. God damn it. Shit. Wait, what did I just do? Oh. It's close. Close enough, I think.
If there was like a software man, and I looked this up too, I was like, is there a way I can
I'm just about to
like
write
integrate?
one.
Yeah, right.
That's
Integrate like After Effects or Photoshop man
Right.
into like OBS or I mean or any streaming, you know.
Yeah.
That'd be so fucking
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Well, this is
It works though. There you go.
yeah. Maybe I can do this. Oh no. What? Oh, you fucking bitch. I just reset it. Hold on. Bear with me.
No, you're good, bro. You are good, brother. I'm actually sending people over to your channel, man, because I'm having technical issues on my end, bringing you up on the screen. So I'm gonna end my stream
no. You're good, dude.
and they're coming to your channel right now.
Chat, go sub to TWE.
Hey, ditto, guys.
Appreciate
Astro
it.
is the man.
I appreciate it. Oh, you motherfucker. I need more like, fuck. I just reset. I need more angle to show it.
I wonder if there's a way, or have you tried exporting the actual like line chart, or maybe the line chart data points for AMC?
Oh, that's what this is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just mean like I could probably just Photoshop it later, but I just wish there was a better way to depict this. Okay, so the wall, the fucking wall you see in the back, that also represents time. This is synced up time-wise.
Okay.
The thing popping out at you are failure to delivers, and the verticality of it is volume. So you can start to see how you have like a as volume goes up, your FTDs go up as well. And then it seems like you can sort of triangulate where the price goes because of that. If that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me see if I could do this, actually. I really don't want this to reset the scaling, but I think it will. Dude, whatever fucking grass you smoked to come up with this idea to chroma key and color and whatever, like, please send me your dealer's number. Yeah, I think that's all right, ish.
That's the next project, Astro. We got to hop on making a basically a trading platform that you can use all of these tools and make 3D graphs and stuff like that.
Dude, I was talking with I can't even say who he is. He's seen some shit in the financial industry, and we talked all about 3D modeling, and he said that's the future of it. Like that is where it's headed. Like if you're an institution not using 3-dimensional charting, that you're behind.
Yeah. No, dude, I agree, man. I think it's the most it's the best tool you can use right now to really help you just gain more insight and perspective on what's happening. And
right.
Like and just the way you're doing it, man. I mean, you're that man for sure. Like you are. Everything is just
appreciate
there.
That. Yeah. Well, this is. I wish there was more depth, but I mean, you can start to see how there is a relationship to this, and right now, like something's weird. Something is just awfully weird. Something is very weird.
It's like that larger spike early in January. It's like that's that specific point in which there's not enough correlation on the tail end right now. So it's like it's just crazy, man. Yeah, like what happened there? Like what is going on there?
Right.
A lot of question, and that's a really good way to put it, man.
Yeah. Wonder if this will do it better. Maybe. No, I can't tell. There's no way to really like illustrate the depth of it. Yeah. But there's tons of different ways that you can model the relationships here, because like we do securities lending volume to regular volume. And let me see. It's January. Fuck. Nope. This is such a pain in the ass.
Hey, if at some point, man, you want to work on like an animation or something?
Oh, please, yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I'm
we
down.
should definitely do that.
Yeah, dude, because you got some. This is really crazy stuff, man, and I feel like you explaining in the way that you want to portray this image, man, on animation, dude, it would look awesome.
Yeah. Have you ever seen 3 Blue 1 Brown?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that I want to do with all this.
Yeah, man. On that level, oof.
Yeah.
That would be game changer in the again trying to expose stuff like this to get people to kind of hop on that, man.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
really is the future. Yeah, you're right.
Maybe this will give us something. Not quite. Fuck. Yeah. Well, I got tons of different ways that you can model it. It's just making it, viewable in a practical manner.
Yeah.
You got any ideas for 3D shit like from here?
Oof. From here?
Yeah.
So, can you move it like horizontally, just back and forth for a little while? I want to see what it looks like. Maybe to a maybe like 5-degree angle to each side, just to get a little perspective on the oof. Okay, dude, man, that looks so fucking cool.
Yeah.
What the hell?
So this is the days to cover. So days to cover is your short interest in regard to volume, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is your vertical axis, and then the depth is your securities lending volume. And you can see that when days to cover goes high enough, your security lending volume would also go up, which to me is symptomatic of rehypothecation. So it's basically shorting a short to satisfy your volume requirement. Yeah.
Wow. That's great. So do you think this would go with the composite man theory then?
Oh yeah.
I swear. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That is, man. Holy shit. Fuck. Yeah. So and we're currently sitting. Okay, so we're sitting on the current left side is where we're at right now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a way to it when you overlay the current chart on this platform that you're using.
Yeah.
Does it look all funky, or like is there a way you can like isolate the layers so that we're looking at?
Maybe. Let me try something. Oh, can I make a? Oh, wait. I think I can do this. Fuck. Wait. No, I picked a fucking 3D surface, you piece of shit. Where it at? What the fuck? What? What do you mean? Okay, well that doesn't work. Oh, you bitch. Why is that not showing? Give me a second.
Oh, you're fine, brother. Take your time.
Oh, this could be cool.
Ooh, what is that, man?
So this
it looks like a heat wave.
Yeah. Let me change this.
Love it. Oh wow.
Yeah, so this is a heat map of days to cover, which is the borders, and then the color intensity is the security lending volume.
Oh, okay. Dude, that would oh my dude, that looks so fucking cool, man.
So yeah,
Jeez.
like let me try one more thing. Yeah, so basically the in practical terms, wherever you see shades of blue, that is high securities lending. And then the boundaries of that represent the days to cover. So when days to cover start to get really high, that's when securities lending comes in, which is shorting. And then eventually you have, I guess, a toppling effect. But even like right here, 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 and here, you see this relationship of this starts out at peak value, then it gets reduced, then it gets reduced, then it gets reduced. I think that's part of what we've been seeing. And you also had a surge right here for some reason. So it's wild. It's wild what you can do when you're analyzing different pieces of data.
Yeah. And they almost look like they're happening in frequency too. Like in the
Yes.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Dude, we gotta. I'm more than down to help you, man.
Let's fucking do
if
it.
you want to make a animation or something, man, I'm down.
Let's
down
fucking
to help
do
you
it.
out. I think this would really paint just another picture, man, on the shit happening.
Yeah.
Really help us out with.
Yeah.
That's
So now this is days to cover and failure to delivers, with FTDs being the hue. Same thing.
oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so much frequency here, man. You can definitely use this
Right.
to
And it looks like they split the FTDs here and here and then remerged them here.
yeah, they look flipped on the first half. They look identical to each other on just flipped horizontally.
I got another
Interesting.
idea. How much time do you got?
Okay. I got about 30 minutes, man. We're
Okay.
good.
Let me do something real quick. Fuck. I'll send you some of my logins for this. I've got historical option data.
Okay. Oh, dude, that's always nice, man. For me, it's just been going on freaking Thinkorswim using the on-demand feature to look at
shit.
stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I got you.
But I bet, man, with like historical data and like actually being able to export those files, like, dude, that's the thing that I was telling people the other day. I was like, there's a reason why we can't access options on TradingView.
Yeah.
It would give too much information, in my opinion.
I think they're just behind on it.
You think they're behind?
Yeah.
Bro, I hope that they hop in on that soon, because that would change the game.
I'll send them a DM. I think they would definitely do it.
Dude.
I think they
The
would
only
definitely do it.
options you can see on there are the spreads that they have for like the SPY or any indice. But you can't you can't actually see specific because I mean it's cool you can see it on Webull and Thinkorswim, stuff like that, but
Right.
I want to actually be able to export this and onto TradingView, man, because TradingView is again it's the Photoshop of
Oh yeah, that's a good way of putting it. That's a good way of putting it.
yeah.
Fuck. Shit. Give me like 2 more minutes. I got
Yeah,
something.
you're fine, man.
Okay, so this is fuck. Wait, hold on. Securities lending volume and puts. No. Oh, don't tell me you just fucked yourself. Oh, fuck. God damn it. I gotta reset this. This is what I hate about using Plotly, is that sometimes it'll just shit itself. And then you gotta re-import everything.
Is it a software, man, or is it
Oh, it's
used
a
online?
website. Yeah, I'll
Website?
send you it, yeah.
Okay.
There you go. And
I downloaded Mathematica a while back, but dude, man,
I've never heard of that.
Oh, really? It's
No.
it's actually used with it's got its own coding system,
Huh.
but it's not that complicated. It's similar to Java,
Oh, do you
but
code?
so my brother is a software engineer, man.
Huh.
He and I the pattern recognition tool that that we were working on is something that's already been made specifically for like sound waves and stuff.
Ah.
But it's he made something for me because he's the
Oh, that's
expert in
dope.
that. Yeah, man, it's pretty cool.
That's
We
fucking sweet.
use good old Python
Yeah.
for that. But it's again taking the matrix profile of a sequence
Right.
and finding right these similar patterns that play out in similar ratios.
Right.
But we've been trying to work on something that analyzes different time series
Yeah.
to be able to get a confirm basically if like fractals have validity to right.
Actually, someone who I was told not to disclose the identity of. He might be watching. If you're watching, send me a message because I've lost your contact. He's got a family member who works on Wall Street who ran my theory across some of their own software, and it does hold. They had a
Really?
R squared of like 0.95 between a 1 minute and a 1 hour. Yeah. Yeah. It's
Wow.
definitely there. It's definitely there.
Have you tried any like trading with it or anything like that, man? Or are you still giving it a little bit of time for that? Like, have you?
What do you mean?
Well, like doing like trades and stuff with your algorithm.
Oh yeah,
program.
Yeah.
Been working for you pretty well,
I've been making a killing on Forex.
dude.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
So I've looked into it, man, and stuff, and I know that I even hopped on some of your streams to look at what it was doing. But I'm excited, bro, to get that one-on-one, man,
Yeah.
and see learn a little bit more about it, you know, on
yeah,
that
of
level.
course, of course. Send me your fucking TradingView user. I'll add you to it.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Why is this not fucking working?
All right, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, of course. Why is this being such a bitch? This is so fucking slow. What the fuck? Okay, so this is what was this? This is put volume as the vertical axis and IV change as a percent being the shading.
Oh, okay. It's one of my favorite things to look at, man, is volatility, man.
Yeah.
On AMC is it's crazy how they use this to leverage
Right.
Themselves.
Right. Yeah, you can see like
Wow.
where IV started to pick up, which started to actually signal movement back in April and May, and then we have this huge pocket of it right now, and it looks like we're at the tail end of it.
Yeah. So as the IV slowly increases and we get to that specific pattern, right, that basically shoots this volume up, is a really good way to at least confirm that there might be a run up, right?
Yeah.
In that getting that little algorithm pattern. It's like I want to, because again, man, you know, anything could happen in the market with these institutions and stuff, and how they're gonna run us up either to another leg up or actually squeeze, right?
Right.
That's something that I'm obviously very skeptical about right now. I don't know what the game is. I don't know what they're going to do next.
Right.
But what are your thoughts as far as retail and volume goes? Do you think it has anything to do with the way the algorithm is
institutional ownership is so high that I think that there's just tons of lending going on from like mutual and pension funds, and I know institutions have been loading up. So I think they're all they control the volume because they have so much of it, and they still have their short exposure via derivatives, I think is what's going on. So they're able to play it both ways until margin exceeds what they can handle.
Right. So at that point, I guess the way that I just talked about it was that we would have, at that point, right, where they're accumulating all these shares, again using Wyckoff and stuff, to do so in specific time ranges and stuff like that. But I would say that at some point when the algorithm can't make any more money, so these institutions are trying to make money along the way, right? And at some point when the algorithm fails, and those margin requirements are basically exceed the threshold, then what we see happen right over and over again on this tiny little pattern, right? That happens before every run up is that it comes up and then it comes down to establish some support before actually taking off.
It's a liquidity test, is what that is.
Yeah, a little liquidity zone,
it's like
for sure.
Battleship is how you can think of it. That's price discovery. You see how
and
the market reacts.
Yeah, man, and that is something that obviously, like with AMC at least, I would like to think it would happen instead of just shooting up right in a straight line. But at the same time, it's it's really hard to tell what these institutions are going to do next, right? Because we just don't know enough information about what's happening.
Right.
And
That's why data is so important.
Yeah, man. Trying to almost like think about it from a every single perspective. Like, there will always be a reverse psychology play in the works.
Right.
I think one of the biggest ones, bro, is the comparison with Volkswagen.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are focusing on that specific event, right? The Volkswagen event, and too many people are hyping that up.
Yep. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, man.
No. You're getting to the crescendo of your point.
Well, I know that sometimes in the media, things get overhyped in that.
Yeah.
Things play the same according to not just patterns, but history. And I think history does a good job in doing that, but almost formulating a new sequence that kind of adjusts to that, maybe in a larger way. Mm-hmm. But once you get to that point, that what we call the projector pattern might play out in a specific point where you have that spike in June, right? Right. And they go hand in hand with each other, but it's, I guess, trying to time that is the problem with what's happening right now. And it's just, again, the Volkswagen thing is a different situation, and it there wasn't a meme movement behind it. It was a completely different situation. Right. So I don't know, man. It's just
I think
a thought.
people get some similarities, right? But like, even financial instruments back then weren't the same. So to hold them in parallel to each other isn't valid. You know what I mean? It's like trying to compare a car from 60 years ago to now. Every car back then was manual, and then nowadays you have automatics. They're still fundamentally the same, but the components that compose those fundamentals differ. So, but the similarities you can draw, though, are you saw a run like a month or two before, and then it started to just tank, and then it ascended, and the parallel that you can derive from that, the thing that was unaffected historically speaking, is that there was a price point where whoever was caught short found it ideal to cover there. They realized that was their point to cover. So that's why it then ascended. That's probably one of the few, if not the only, things that you can derive similarity from. And just market mechanics back then were different. There was less wholesaling of retail order flow, and retail wasn't as evident as they are now back then. What do you think?
Yeah.
Do you take anything away from that?
Yeah. I more so the like you were saying, man, how things are just different nowadays, and there's different just like in the pattern, the outlook of the pattern on the macro. That huge dip to the upside. Also, it's, if you go on TradingView, I think we're only allowed to see Volkswagen on the daily, right? We can't go like intraday and see that. I'm sure there's something out there that has that, stored somewhere, but I don't know of anybody, man, that has been able to access that information on the minute candles.
That would be interesting, though. Yeah.
That would be awesome. That would
be interesting.
Try and compare the two,
Yeah.
The way that.
Well, you can even see Wyckoff, happening back then. That's the craziest part, and that was derived, almost 100 years ago now. Is when Wyckoff theory became a thing.
Yeah, man. Wyckoff. I talk about Wyckoff too a lot. As far as the. Basically, I put a little bit of faith on what's happening, right, with Wyckoff. For me, it's a beautiful tool. Sometimes we do find ourselves in situations where the Wyckoff distribution or accumulation phases get stretched out to where they become not as predictable, which is unfortunate, right?
Right.
But once and you're kind of take that leap of faith and you're certain that you are at some stage, it becomes easier to make those calls and to make those, just making the same with technicals, right? Like when are you going to time it right and stuff like that.
100%.
But yeah, man, again, both with Wyckoff and just technicals is looking at it more in detail, right?
Yeah. I think the more lenses you can come up with, the better. You just can't get lost in the noise as you add more and more. Let's see. I think I got one more, and then I got to jump. Where the fuck did this go? Fuck. Come on. Come on. Shit. Oh. Maybe?
Ooh, I like that. The spiraling.
Oh yeah. I wonder if you can like program an animation path for this.
Yeah, there are certain presets that you can download on After Effects and Premiere that you can actually upload data and it'll perform.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, dude,
What?
and it'll perform animate. I don't have it. I haven't
How
worked
much?
with that. I don't know how much it is, man, but I've looked into it, and it's a lot of people use it for stocks actually, or any sort of like line graph, right?
Right.
Data points and stuff like that. But yeah, you're able to do that, man, and I'm sure you can find that if you have Premiere or After Effects.
Yeah. We definitely got to get on that.
Yeah, dude. Shoot, bro. Whenever you got time, shoot me a chat, man, and I'll hop on, man. We'll do a live and go over it, man. We'll make a little animation.
Yeah. I think that'll actually give us a lot of detail that we need.
Hell yeah, dude.
Come on. Maybe, possibly.
This is off topic, man, but I thought it was pretty interesting. I think I told Rico this a while back, but I actually have you were on live at some point, and I subscribed to your channel, and you were like, oh, Trading with Emotions, like you're like, that's a cool name. And then somebody was talking about like a t-shirt, getting like a t-shirt of that. It just like, I don't know. I thought it'd be fun to bring that up, man.
Yeah, no, that's fucking hilarious. I do remember that actually, because I thought it was don't take this the wrong way, but oxymoronic to trade with emotion. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, man. And that's the beauty of it, bro. It's like the if people get the irony of it, that's awesome. I do get a lot of DMs sometimes are like, bro, why are you trading with your emotions, man?
That's fucking funny.
That's not the point.
That's fucking funny. Yeah, that's when you know you're not doing trades correctly. Is when you're,
right.
Yeah. That's when I'm like, shit, something's not right. God damn it. Hold on. Trying to get proportion to showing this is a pain in the ass. I need like background depth. And I don't even know if I can do that with this.
Are you on OBS, man?
Yeah. I just mean from what I'm using, the charting or the
actual chart
data visualization. Yeah. If I could get like a, what do you call it? If I could use a gradient. Oh, that's pretty cool. That sort of works. Sort of, kinda. So like, you can even see here how the days to cover is skyrocketing, and if I could figure out the fucking the depth effect better, you could see how the days to cover is skyrocketing with securities lending. So that means that they're shorting more to keep days to cover down, is how I interpret that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I see that, man, especially with that. And dude, just the way it almost looks like parallel to each other.
Yeah.
As well. Damn, that would be so interesting, man, to get in those points and actually scale them to because I know you're trying to show it here,
Right.
on the AMC thing, but that'd be fucking awesome, man. I get it.
I'm gonna dig into After Effects and figure that out, and then we'll put something together, because I think this could really show what the fuck's going on.
Yeah,
It's
no,
the
I
staircase effect.
I'm with you, man, and I know that's again something that for me specifically, man, like data stuff, not the most advanced with like what everything on Ortex and stuff like that. So I'm trying to get a little bit more into my knowledge part on that.
Do you have
so
a
I got to
membership?
get in on that. No, I don't.
I'll
I
hook
don't
you
have
up.
an or.
I'll hook
Dude,
you
I
up.
appreciate you, man.
Yeah, of course. And I want to use like intraday Unusual Whales option data. You can see like they'll sell deep in the money puts, and then the price will start to go up, and then you'll see an incoming slightly out of the money call being sold, or cluster of calls being sold, and then it goes down. And I think that's like I think of this chart like Max Payne scaled across every time frame. Like interpolations of it. If Max Payne is at a particular, if you're on Monday and Max Payne is at X, you will have fractals show up navigating to that point.
Jeez, bro. Man, you gotta.
It's fucking wild.
My little teacher, bro.
I got you,
me
dude.
up in this.
I got you.
I would love that. Oh,
Yeah. Well, you're a fucking smart motherfucker, man. You got a lot of wit and creativity.
Hey, ditto, bro. Telling you, bro. And if you had not talked about just cycles and like, because again, man, I was doing just good old TA and fib level stuff like that beforehand, and it just when you started the whole thing, man, with just like algorithms on these specific movements happening with AMC and GameStop, that just is like, there is something here, bro.
Yeah.
And we ain't gonna stop, man, until this
no.
shit goes down.
Dude, I say
For
all the
sure.
time. I'll be even after this is all said and done, I'll still be looking at these charts, trying to figure out what exactly happened.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, man. Amen to that. And it's like, yeah, man. We just market mechanics in general would be that that title, right?
Yeah.
For understand, because yeah, man. Even after AMC is done and over with, like figuring out everything else, man, will be the next thing, man. Next project for
100%,
sure.
100%. I'm gonna get going because I gotta make a stinky. So
Yeah, dude, you're good, bro. It was awesome, man, chatting
that was
with
a
you.
pleasure.
Yeah, bro, awesome shit, and I hope we could talk soon.
Yeah.
And get it, man. Get
Yeah,
it going.
for sure. I'll send you my number.
Awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Sounds good, man.
Chat,
Take it easy,
go
bro.
Go sub to TWE Trading with Emotions.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate
All
you,
right,
man.
peace out.
Talk to you later.
You too, brother.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
All right, chat. Amazon, yeah, they're doing a stock split. I'm gonna jump. Market's fucking doing something interesting. Everything is just going up because Amazon is doing their thing. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. I might be live later tonight. If I am, I'll tweet it. Fuck. Here we go. So I'll let you guys know. Like, sub, fondle my balls, the usual. I appreciate y'all. I hope you enjoyed that little piece with TWE. He's wicked smart. we have any news on this closed meeting? No, not yet. Yo, convicts. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Good to see you. All right, y'all. I'm fucking outie. Appreciate y'all. Like, sub, follow my balls. Follow me on Twitter at that guy Astro.